I am going to share an AI customer support chatbot that operates with real-time data using API built on Voiceflow. There are 4 branches: loan status, current rates, mortgage calculator, and Q&A. I really love to keep branches in the separate folders. It helps to keep things clear. And let's see our AI customer support in action. Okay, let's start with rate. As you see, current mortgage rates are 2.67 for 15 years and 3% for 30-year mortgage. And now let's check the loan status. I want to check loan status. Here is the application ID, and now the chatbot is asking for my phone number for verification. Alright, dear Mr. Brown, your application is currently under review and we will notify as soon as decision has been made. Is there something else? Yes, there is something else you can do for me. Now let's try mortgage calculator. Permit. 15. And 200,000. As you see, it calculates the initial payments and also it calculates monthly for 15-year term. And last but not least, let's ask a question. Is there assistance available for down payments or closing costs? This chatbot will be split up into 2 episodes. This one is about creating a chatbot itself. So everything what you saw before is loan status, rates, mortgage calculator, and Q&A. Next episode will be about adding a lead generation feature, and I will integrate to real CRM, what called HubSpot. I will tell you a secret that nobody is talking in the YouTube. In my experience, business never used Google Sheet for lead generation. In my experience, business doesn't use Google Sheets for lead storage, and they always use some CRM, so you have to learn how to integrate it. Give a like to this video. It doesn't cost you anything, but it means a world for me. Thank you. Also join my Discord community where I do Q&A session and share insights, everything what I do in Lightside AI. Link is in the description. Alright, let's start with the first branch is loan status. If you've seen my videos before, you probably know that I'm using Mock API for this YouTube channel to showcase, and same thing here. So I created a customer support collection project in a Mock API. So here we have 2 collections. First is mortgages. So this is a faking list for all mortgages we potentially have, and rates. There are 2 of them, and as you can see here, so we have 2 terms. First is for 15 years and value is 2%, 2.67, and for 30 years there is 3%. So here we see just regular text with 4 variants of saying same thing, and we are capturing the application ID. With that application ID, we are asking for a moment, and we are sending the API request to the Mock API, and we are searching the mortgage with the exactly ID of mortgage. So in the mortgages, we see a list of collections. Each of them has the ID, applicant, so first name, last name, email, phone, and everything. As you remember, we use phone number for verification, so we want to add some extra layer of protection and don't want to share anything without the verification. Here we see different statuses: application received, pre-qualified, and other stuff. And let's test the loan status here again. So it asks for application ID. We're providing the application ID from here. We took first one, and it asks for phone number for verification purpose, and we are taking this phone number from here. And as we see, chatbot checked and verified, and it says, "Dear Alice Smith, we would like to inform you that the application has been received." And as we see here, there is Alice Smith, and the status is application received. Let's imagine that in few days the application status has been changed and user want to check for updates. So we go back to Mock API database and changing this status to final approval and update. And let's run the test again. Application ID, we are taking this one from Alice Smith. Ask for phone number for verification. We are taking the same one. Dear Ms. Smith, we pleased to inform you that your application has been granted final approval. Sweet, everything works as we expect. And now let's check another branch, how rates work and how it operates with real data. As you've seen before, that we have rates collection and we have this 15 and 30 values. Let's check how it works. Here we have first block for text, 3 variants of data. Also we send the API request and capturing response into our custom data and capture response into our custom variables. If it fails, we say sorry with AI model. If it's successfully, we say also AI model is saying, hey, tell this it's mortgage rate, 15 years this rate, 13 years this rate. Do this into one sentence. Let's check it. Current rates 267 for 15 and 3 for 30 years. Awesome. Let's make sure that everything works perfectly. Let's change the value for 330 and check how everything works. Now let's see what we got. Cool. 267 and 330. Great. We just seen how our rate works. Pretty simple, right? Now let's check how our Q&A works. Here I didn't create a separate folder for Q&A. Probably I should do. But here is how it works. Here we got the choice for 4 different choices. As you will see closer, loan status leads to loan status, mortgage calculator obviously to mortgage calculator, and rates to rates. And when we have no match, we got the answer from the knowledge base. The knowledge base is pretty simple, Q&A, and let's ask question from there. How can I help you today? And we say, is there assistance available for down payments or closing costs? Decides what path to choose, and it gets here and asks for question. And can I do something else for you? We know I'm fine, thanks. And our session ended. And now cherry on top. Mortgage calculation. As you will see, mortgage calculation takes the collection of rates from our mock API. Keep in mind that if you're changing something in rates collection, that your calculation will be different just because of that. So let's put our percentage, let's say to 20 just for fun. I know it's terrible. And again, simple block with text with 2 different variants. Here we are making an API request for getting rates, and same we are storing these rates in the custom variables what we just created. And here we have 2 blocks, fail and success. And here it's the first block for taxing. We are telling that we are offering 15-year and 30-year mortgage. Which one do you want to calculate? It captures here. It validates for if user selects 15 or 30. Everything else goes back to here and asks the question again. So doesn't let to write an invalid data. So here we have a calculation for 30 years. And for 15 years. Here it's simple response API, and we're just saying, hey, tell the user that rate for 15 years period is 15. This variable, and here we are doing the calculation, and here we are doing the calculation itself. There are 2 ways how you can do the calculations. The first way is the hard way, so you're creating the custom JavaScript code and do all the calculation there with a predefined formula. What I suggest you to do this. And another way is exactly how I did it here. It's not secure way, it's unstable, sometimes it works, sometimes it's not, so I definitely don't recommend it. So before integrating this to your client, double check this to make sure it works fine, because here I created a prompt telling the AI to calculate it for me. As I said, Sometimes it works okay, sometimes it's not. So definitely you want to create very nice prompt to let AI model to calculate everything well for you. This is how I wrote it. So you're assisting, you're calculating a mortgage. Here is a total, 20% here is initial payment of total, and monthly payment here. And same here for 30%. So I created a prompt for AI response for 30 years. Here we are asking the same question for how much money do you want to borrow, and here there is exact same prompt but with 30-year term. In the next episode I will add the lead generation feature and integration to real CRM. You can find this video here. If you don't see this video, that means it doesn't exist yet, so probably you should wait it until next week. Subscribe so you don't miss out.